Good morning, good evening, good night. We're watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. And very important. British Columbia experiences a jump in consumer insolvencies. And we need to talk about this because, remember, guys, British Columbia is ground zero for the housing crisis that we're experiencing in Canada. It started there in Vancouver after the Olympics when a lot of foreign investing started really picking up. And a lot of people trying to move their money offshore, off of China's shores. A lot of people predicted where China was headed. Citizens of China predicted where it was headed, and they wanted out. And what is happening? Well, there's a lot happening right now because British Columbia experiences a jump in consumer insolvencies. Yes, we're starting to see it. It's from today's date. It was posted at 5 in the morning. Wow, I don't know who's up to write stories at that early in the morning. New data from the Government of Canada shows British Columbians are still struggling with levels of debt. Well, when you're paying, remember that video I did, an average two-bedroom is $3,200 or $3,040 for an average two-bedroom apartment. People are obviously going to have to start dipping into debt, right? All right. According to data of the Office of Superintendent of Bankruptcy, the number of British Columbians who filed for insolvencies this quarter in 2019 was up 11.1%, SA. That's a lot of people. Compared to earlier this year, it was up 5.2% compared to the same quarter last year. Scott Hanna, CEO of Credit Counseling Sociedade, says that's not the only issue. BC has the second highest level of non-mortgage debt, credit cards, loans, and lines of credit. So these are unsecured debts. So these are ones that are basically your collateral is your signature. You're signing that your word as you as a human citizen on this planet Earth will be paying these credit cards off. Woo! But at just over $33,000, he says, among major cities, Vancouverites carry the highest non-mortgage debt load, just under 40 large. Oh my God. And then it's a blended rate too, because then you have your line of credits, your 3 credit cards, your student loan, and your auto loan. Let's say you have a car in Vancouver, which no one does. But let's say you did that. You're playing a blended rate of God knows these astronomical money that's going around, and this the revolving credit card debt. I'm gonna have cardiac arrest here. Okay, it could have severe impact on our economy overall if we don't reel this in. Hannah told the host of Gloria Macarena on CBC Host Coast to Coast. High cost of housing. Hannah says the main issues is that BC, whether you're renting or paying mortgage, housing costs are even higher, even though incomes are not. Okay. And this is a little other article here. $89 billion in home equity lost across Metro Vancouver over the past year, report claims. That's $89 billion in home equity lost. Why? Because properties are going underwater and people are grabbing to whatever they can to stay afloat. And not only that, a lot of people are tapping into their home equity, whatever they could get out, and using it as an ATM machine. I coined the term like 3 and 4 years ago, people using their homes as an ATM. So more of our income is going towards maintaining a home. Yeah, everyone's house broke. And when you go see where they live, it's like, okay, I could get this place in Kansas City for like 1/10 of the price. In many cases, customers are utilizing debt in the forms of credit cards or lines of credit to offset deficiencies in their spending until they reach a point of no return. So a lot of people are brainwashed that I'm young, I could still pay this back. I know people that are still paying back credit cards from their college years, okay? Hannah says one concerning practice is how some consumers with home equity lines of credit use it for all intents and purposes like an ATM machine. I coined that, guys. We're going to go back like a couple of years and we're going to find this out because I know I've been saying that a lot. The reality is they're spending more than what's coming in month per month. So the total debt service ratio is out of whack. They're probably sitting at 50, 60, 70% TDS. And for them to eat, the food doesn't come from heaven. So they're going to have to figure out a way to load their table with load their fridges with groceries so they could have food on the table to feed their families until near the limits of credit lines. And now they find themselves in a position of not being able to meet the minimum payment required on credit line and having exhausted the limit itself, he said. Tough decisions. Hannah says the key thing for people to do is to focus on living within their means and staying focused on long-term goals. He says people should understand that all their expenses are how much income is coming in and look at the opportunities to scale back and pay off consumer debt. This may mean tougher decisions about cutting back on spending on a daily lifestyle. There's a whole lot of pressure to keep up financially. And it's really about us saying what's important to me as an individual, regardless of what others have or the precipitation of what others have, he said. So this is the segment here. It's 8 minutes long. I think my segment's a lot cooler. Woo! So, guys, let's go back to basics again. I've been doing this for a long time on the channel here. Guys, back to basics. Okay, if you're living in Canada and you're feeling the strange, go to your debt-to-income ratio calculator at debt.ca. Please do this, guys. So let's say your monthly income is $3,200, and your rent, what did we say the rent was? For a one-bedroom was $2,100 in Vancouver. Okay, let's be fair. Let's say $1,400 across BC. Okay, let's be fair for your one bedroom there, and add monthly payments. So they said credit cards, right? So credit cards totaled $322 a month total with your line of credit, and bus fare and all that other stuff, $44. And there it is. You're in trouble. Total income's $3,200. Total debt's $1,866. A debt ratio of 58.3%. That puts you in the 50% or more dangerous. You should make a plan to aggressively pay off your debts. At this level, you may consider seeking professional help to severely reduce your debt. So this is it, people. And what the problem is people are. So let's say we got normal debt loads. Let's say the average rent for a one bedroom. I was looking at Kansas City for rentals for a friend. I found him an apartment. Okay, he's paying $460 a month US for a 2-bedroom in a nice area too. I was surprised. He was surprised. So that would be, let's say, $625 Canadian. Okay, let's say his other debts here. So let's put this as credit card debt. Where is it? Other credit cards. So let's say that was credit, whatever, it doesn't matter. Credit cards, and then let's say that was student loan, okay? I don't think he has all that, but let's calculate that. Now, with his income, total debts, he's at 34%, puts him on, most lenders would consider the ratio 36 or less a healthy debt load. Everyone is house broke. Everyone has no money. People do not have no money anymore. And why? Because they're putting it into overhead as in a shelter, a basic need, and people shouldn't be spending 33% of, or 40 or 50% of their, actually it was 66% of their income on housing. So yeah, so that's how it works, right? So I really want you guys to really take this and really work it. I want you guys to click off the different, if you have student loans, put it there. If you want to add another monthly payment, put it there. Please, guys, educate yourselves with the debt.ca. A lot of people are looking and asking me questions about what stocks to buy, what junior miners do you own. Mike, you're right about, some things and blah, blah, blah. But you know what, guys? Before you could make money, you need to get out of your debts first. You need to clean out your debts first before you could have disposable income to allow you to make money. Because right now, if you're sitting at this, like this says here, you require professional help. Credit consulting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Big hug to everyone. Lots of love. And if you want to support this, if you want to buy me a coffee, you could go ahead and donate $1 a month to Patreon. And my tip jar is up there too. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. God bless.